Here with Superstar Athlete of the Week, Cade Manion, sophomore wrestler from Edmond, Oklahoma, who's ranked number 8 in the NAIA at his weight. And Cade, you're coming off winning the Outstanding Wrestler at the Missouri Valley Open, which was also your first tournament title as a collegiate wrestler. So just tell us what went into your performance this past week.
Well, I think part of it was coaching, because there was a couple situations there that without being able to hear the coaches in the corner, I would have gotten stuck, or I would have gotten in a situation where I wouldn't want to have been in. So I think that was a big deal, keeping my weight down. It's another one, not coming in too heavy where I got to cut a bunch of weight the night before, and that again comes back to coaching. So
in the championship and in the semifinals, you bested a couple of wrestlers from the University of Missouri. So what was it like wrestling those guys, and what do you remember about those matches? What went into those?
Well, I came in and watching them warm up and stuff and seeing them, they kind of looked like they thought they had it in the bag almost, just because they saw where I was from and like, oh, this little NAIA guy, and, you know, wrestling's wrestling, so you just got to go out there and do it, and I got them, I guess.
Also in the tournament, you had a 36-second fall. What went into that one?
Oh, man, it was just, I was wrestling this dude, and I felt it and took advantage of it, got the pin.
You're coming off your freshman season where you were All-American. What do you remember about your freshman season? What did it take to win All-American? How challenging was that? How much did it mean to you to win that?
Well, I came in halfway through the year, and I transferred in. I'm from here originally, so I came back home. And about mid-season and about when I started actually wrestling for OCU, I kind of hit my stride. And I felt good through the tournaments that I was wrestling in and stuff. And, you know, it just happened. Nationals was a really good tournament for me. So,
talk about transferring here to OCU. What was it that brought you back home to OCU?
I just wanted to be closer to my family, be back home. I already had a pretty good connection with OCU. I'd come up here and practice when I was a younger kid and in high school and stuff. So I already knew the team and some of the older guys that were on the team, and just I liked it.
And what are you studying here?
Criminal justice.
What kind of career goals do you have for yourself?
Well, when I first kind of came back, I wanted to be a firefighter, but now since I found the criminal justice, it just interests me, and I'm like, man, this is really cool stuff. You know, all my classes and everything really hold my interest, which is kind of hard to do sometimes in class. So I just, yeah.
All right, that's OCU Superstar Athlete of the Week, Cade Manion. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com. Here with men's wrestling coach Justin Ensign. Stars are preparing for the postseason. And Coach, you guys just wrapped up the regular season with the Missouri Valley Open. You guys had the most outstanding wrestler with Cade Manion, and also Cooper Mahaffey was runner-up at his weight. So tell us about your team's performance in the event.
It was good. You know, it was kind of our last chance to get guys matches for the postseason that need matches. You know, Cade missed the first semester, so he needs to compete a lot. And I think every time out, he's just looked better and better and better, win or lose. You know, Cooper, it was good for him to get second, get some, you know, he started the year pretty well and then had a little mid-season lull and get him back. And, you know, we had one guy who hadn't wrestled in almost a month because of an injury. We were able to get him back, Mannix Forsky. So it was good for the guys that we brought to get one last, you know, kind of blow it on the lungs and get some confidence, hopefully, going into the national qualifier.
Tell us about the AMC SAC duels. You guys finished 4-0 in that event. So walk us through your team's performance in that one.
It was good. It was dominant. You know, there's some good teams. You know, Missouri Baptist has some good guys. Williams-Pez has some good guys. CBC has some very dangerous wrestlers. Even Lyon. So it was good to get those crossover meets. We don't get to see those guys maybe as much, and also get, you know, seeding for the conference tournament. But it was nice. You know, yeah, we had 4 duels. We lost 3 matches, and one of those was an injury default where we had a wrestler get injured, or was winning and got injured. So, you know, really we only lost, you know, technically 2 matches, but it was very dominant. We got, you know, we rotated the whole squad. Everybody got to kind of contribute, and And that's kind of been kind of nice about this team dual meet wise is we've kind of had to rotate lineups and get different guys in there. And everyone's been able to step up when needed.
How's that going to prepare you guys for the conference tournament, having such a dominating finish in that event?
Hopefully we wrestle with that attitude. Conference isn't going to be easy. It's a different format. We get to enter 12 guys. We can double up weights. We can skip a weight. Texas Wesleyan, we beat them in a duel back in November. Well, they've got some different guys, and they're able to maybe get some other guys in the lineup that can help them. So, it doesn't guarantee conference success, but I think hopefully our confidence, our attitude, our belief, knowing that we can go in there and dominate these other teams and beat these other teams and battle with these other teams, I think is definitely a bonus. So, and maybe get these other guys a little scared of us. I don't know.
What kind of contributions have you gotten from your returning All-Americans? Mentioned Cade Manion earlier, but also Keegan Luton.
Keegan's been consistent, man. For the most part, he's been steady for us, and he shows up every day, works hard. He gets up early on his own, studies, does homework. He's just a disciplined guy. Works probably one of the hardest workers I've ever been fortunate to be around. And Cade, like I said, first semester we didn't have him, but he's been a force. And this weekend I think even showed where he beat a guy that was one of the top recruits in the country, a wrestler from Mizzou. People are texting me about it, and I didn't know who the guy was, but he just shows that his talent level. And I think it's nice when you have a couple guys like that in the room. The young guys, we're very young. Our whole team is actually freshmen and sophomores eligibility-wise. So I think when those guys can look at those two and they work hard, they do on the mat, they do things pretty well, and they do the things the right way. It's probably more what I was looking to say, but I think when you have those models and those examples in the room, it gets everyone else to do the same.
You talked about your rotating dual lineups. Your team has more dual victories than any OCU team since the 2016-17 season. How confident are you in your lineups and duels?
I wish it had actually gone a little better. We took some lumps at national duels. I'm still kind of getting over that as a coach. I think that was a perfect wake-up call for our team. And it shows. We've beaten every team in the AMC or the Sooner that's going to be in our qualifier heads up. So I think that's got to be something that's positive and something that's looked at as important. I think dual meets are important for our sport. The fans understand them. We've beat some good teams in there. We've done it with different guys in there. Like I said, we had a lot of wins first semester without Cade Manion in the lineup, and that means Trinitz Whipple wrestling up a weight, or you've got like Des Loving wrestled the 2 duels for us, and up a weight, guys wrestling up a weight and getting good wins, and I think it just shows the confidence of the guys that we have in our guys when it's their time to be out there.
Conference tournament coming up. It'll be in Texas. What's the outlook for your team for the conference tournament?
Obviously it's a qualifier, so we want to try to punch as many tickets as to the national meet as we can. And I don't know how many bids we're going to have as a league, but that's first and foremost. And obviously it's important as a program, as a school, to win the event. So we're going to need a lot of contributions from those guys who maybe haven't been the regular guy. We've had a couple injuries where I'm not sure if there's 1 or 2 guys that have been starters for us that may be in the lineup, may not be in the lineup. So we're going to need some of those guys who maybe aren't the Cade Manions and Keegan Lutons to step up and get points for us. And maybe the best they can do is third, but if they get third, that helps get a weight. But we're deep in the middle from 33 to 65. I think we're pretty tough. So we're needing those guys to kind of lead the way, and need some of these other guys to step up and maybe beat somebody that they lost to earlier in the year, or get a match back, or score points out as they can. Winning the last year was huge. It was a great boost for us as a team, and kind of put us in a good mind frame going to nationals and moving forward as a team. So hopefully we can do the same. And if it tries, you want to win those types of things as a coach, and these guys do too. So,
what kinds of things do you look for in a prospective student athlete?
Here at OCU, I think this is a very, very good and challenging academic environment. So we got to find kids who fit that mold. Obviously, and character. That's a big one. Personality. There's some really good kids we don't go after because they don't. There's some character flaws, and we're trying to build a really strong and tight culture and culture of doing things the right way, working hard, getting good grades, being model citizens in the community, and that type of thing. So we look for those things as well as, mean, obviously, we need guys who can hit moves and win big matches, and maybe if they're not there now, they're guys that want to put that work in to be good and be part of something special here. So.
All right, that's men's wrestling coach Justin Ensign. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.